Hello, I'm Jenny Gallagher, and today is session 6 of the Life Transition Makeover. I hope you're enjoying this so far, and I think you'll really enjoy today's session. 6 is an interesting juncture, if you will, in numerology. In the root numbers, which are 1 through 9, we're, 2/3 of the way through. And what we're really preparing for, if you will, is the big manifestation number 8, which is soon coming. So what I picked today for our theme is the word fulfillment. And I think this is important if you think in terms of numerology. If you look how we write the 6, it kind of looks like a pregnant woman. So this is that place where it's really important to nurture and to be, this is the archetype of the caregiver. Who are we caring for, though? A lot of times we have these unhealthy relationships as it relates to caring. There's lots of reasons we do it. Sometimes it's cultural and feeling like things we should do, which is fine. But there really is a place, this energy, if you will, speaks to a much higher purpose. And this is giving from a place of love and compassion. It is the second of the self-expression numbers in the self-expression triad in numerology. And it really does have a lot of beautiful qualities. So we're going to think of the word fulfillment because it's important at this juncture to feel fulfilled. And a lot of times, if we are in the mind, we tend to be in the past with regrets or in the future with worry. Yes, we can reflect backwards and not have negative connotations, and same thing going forward. That is true. But neither of those allow us to be in the present moment. And I believe what the 6 calls us to do, just like an expectant mother would, is to take that time to really enjoy these precious qualities. This gestation period where something very special is about to happen. And so it's already begun. It's already manifested. It's just maybe not complete yet. So we have to honor that phase and not rush it or be anxious or be controlling. This really is a phase that asks us to nurture ourselves too, to take care of ourselves and prepare for what's coming. So it really is meant to be a gentle, kind of joyful energy. But the other kind of persona, I guess, that I'd like to share with you is that of a mother bear. So where bears can sometimes be thought of as playful, and they certainly do enjoy their snacks and their hibernation, right? So that's all kind of good and fun, but also can be very strong. So it is a strong energy. And so what I want you to do is consider that it's not a duality. You can be that kind of soft and strong energy at the same time. And again, if you look at the 6, it's got curves, it's flowing, and it is one of the numbers that's on the rocker, right? The bottom is like a U shape. So that's really important to remember as well, because that means that we have that give and take and that flexibility. Okay, so what I want to do is move into the tip as it relates to fulfillment. And so remember last session, in session 5, we talked about that evolution, right? Evolving. So that's kind of like that billy goat climbing up the mountain. There's a lot of energy expended with that. And this really is about taking that step back and resting. So what I want you to do first as it relates to fulfillment is take a moment and think about and maybe write down those things that have provided fulfillment for you in your life. And it doesn't just have to be the big things. Maybe go all the way back to childhood and think about, learning how to ride a bike. That is a huge, potentially I'm guessing, I know for myself personally, as a child, when you learn how to do that, when you get those training wheels off, how really proud and satisfied I felt. So think about every little thing. It can be all those times that you maybe were there to give somebody a hug or lend an ear and be a really good listener, right? So it's little things, but it's also the big things like those accomplishments you've made in your life, like graduating from school and yeah, learning to drive a car, all those things that we've done. There's lots of examples of ways that we have created fulfillment in our lives. So this isn't so much about something actually happening here. Again, it's more the gestation, but being able to settle in with that and feeling and reflecting, using your memories to help you, not so much to reflect back where you're thinking about the regrets, but where you're remembering your accomplishments. And same thing moving forward, where you're really dreaming and seeing those best possibilities versus feeling any worry or anxiety or this need to have to force and control. Okay, so that was one thing I want you to do. The other thing I'd like you to do, your other homework as your life transition coach, is to please take some time to consider the 6 energies, all about self-nurturing as well. So take a moment to consider and commit to one new practice that you're going to do. What I like to remind people is it's not really good just to remove something. So for example, let's say you want to clean up your diet a little bit. Maybe we've all been a little too much like the mama bear in hibernation, eating all our goodies in this time in our hibernation period. So maybe consider what you can do. How can you replace maybe a sweet snack that might be artificial, like candy, and replace that with a piece of fruit, for example. So, maybe you want to try meditation or something like that. You can do just a few minutes. A lot of people get intimidated when they think of meditation. They think, I don't know how I'm going to quiet the mind. That's not the point. The point is to show up in the practice and just notice if the mind wanders, and being kind and gentle with ourselves when it does. But then also being that strong energy of saying, oh, I noticed it, and now I'm going to come back to my intention, which in the type of meditation I practice, the japa meditation, is where you have a mantra, which is a word or set of words that you just continually repeat quietly in your minds, in your inner monologue, I guess I should say, so that it keeps you anchored and it helps to keep the mind from wandering. There's a beautiful quote that I love from the Yoga Sutras, which is, the mind is like that of a wild horse. Once tamed, it will be your best friend. So the mind isn't the enemy. It's just, we're mechanical. And so whatever patterns you've created, or culturally, or all that stuff from family, that kind of gets really ingrained in our neural pathways. But there's a term called neuroplasticity, which is a great way to create new neural pathways. So we can weaken the old ones that aren't desirable anymore and strengthen ones that you want. So maybe if you want to practice meditation, if the japa meditation, maybe your mantra would be something like, I am in perfect health. So, just pick something empowering that you would want to use possibly. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a moment with a mindfulness practice. So we have moved past those homework assignments. I hope you have jotted those down. So again, what I want you to do is reflect on everything that has provided fulfillment for you in your life. And also I want you to take a moment to write down what self-care technique you're going to add for yourself. And I'm asking you to do this now because hopefully as we move into this mindfulness practice, you'll say, wow, that was so relaxing. So I think it's interesting that it's called mindfulness. Actually, I kind of like being present better, because mindfulness has that word mind in there, doesn't it? But again, that goes back to taming the mind. It's not our enemy. It's really just how we use it. We're empowered to use it for our best if we wish. So go ahead and just take a moment and sit tall, and close your eyes if you'd like. And if you're not comfortable with closing your eyes, if that creates any anxiety, if you feel you need to pay attention to your surroundings, you certainly may. But just kind of gaze down and have a soft gaze. And then just take a moment to sit tall, as if you're trying to make your spine like that of an antenna. And then I want you to feel how that connects you to your sit bones. You can do this mindfulness practice standing as well, or walking. You could do walking mindfulness, but then you would just feel that connection to the bottoms of the feet. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and close the eyes. And then what I want you to do is take a moment to just focus on the breath. Notice the breath moving in and out. So what this is doing is allowing for a shift from the mind into the body. Just notice how your perception becomes more physical instead of mental, more grounded in reality, if you will, right? In this present moment, here's your body in this space and time. And just notice that. And enjoy another full breath here. Now what we're going to do is bring our attention to sounds. Let's focus on sounds today and see if you can just tune in. Notice the sounds around you. Right now, I'm noticing perfect silence outside. Maybe where you are, you hear a breeze, or maybe you hear birds singing. Notice the sounds. Just notice the sounds. Anytime your mind starts to wander, that's okay. It's gonna happen. Don't let it frustrate you. That is opposite of fulfillment. And just feel satisfied. Let now be enough. You may start to become aware of sounds you had not noticed before. So again, take another moment to just listen. Maybe you're noticing your breath, or maybe if you have a pet near you, you're noticing their breath. Letting everything settle, everything calm down. If you start to notice any triggers, maybe potentially agitation, maybe thinking, when is this going to end? Again, that's common. And what we're doing is creating a new neural pathway. We're strengthening the skill of being here now in order to feel that fulfillment. Let now be enough. A lot of time our anxiety comes from what's going to happen or has happened. Stay here with me just another moment. And then gently coming back to a deeper breath, opening the eyes if they were closed. Maybe if you'd like, you could take a moment to stretch, to yawn. Maybe turning your head a little bit, maybe rolling your shoulders. Fully coming back to embodiment and grounding again. I hope you enjoyed today's session. And again, if you'd like to schedule a private session with me, please contact me at jennygallagher@msn.com. That's JENNYGALLAGHER @msn.com. Pretty soon I'll be launching my new business, Illuminate Mind and Body. So stay tuned. If you want to sign up for my upcoming newsletters, go ahead and reach out to me. Send me an email and let me know what your email address is, and I'll add you. There's going to be a lot of fun group virtual events coming up, very affordable, and will take you to the next level. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day.